Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about the ascending tract part 2. Before we go any further, let's discuss about some terminologies. So focus in this diagram, you will see a circular bundle of axons in the cross section. So focus in this above circle, right? Now this is known as fasciculus. So what is fasciculus? You know that. Now focus here. So it is what? Again, bundle of axons, but this is what? Flattened bundle. So focus here. You will see this ellipsoid like structure. Okay, and this is known as what? Lamniscus. Now to our main topic. So now if we talk about our next step, we will see. Okay, again let's revise first. You know, this one, these are coming from where? Our spinal cord. Then it's going upward, right, through the column, spinal column. Then at the medulla level. Now this is what in the previous lecture I already discussed. At the medulla level, these are the corresponding nucleuses. So nucleuses of what? Now see here. So the green one is what? The green one is medially present, and I already told you medially is what? Again, medially is what? Our fasciculus gracilis. So it will be fasciculus gracilis nucleus, and laterally the blue nucleus is what? Fasciculus cuneatus nucleus. So this fiber from the upper part of the body will go to the fasciculus cuneatus nucleus, and from the lower part of the body through the dorsal column will end up to where? Fasciculus cuneatus nucleus. This is fasciculus gracilis nucleus. Okay, now what will happen? So see here, you see this nucleus. What is nucleus? Collection of cell bodies. So these cell bodies will give rise axons, right? So now focus here. If I think this is the middle part, okay, this is the middle part. From this middle part you will see here is our right and here is our left. So this left, so this right side nucleus, we can find one cuneatus and one gracilis nucleus. So this will give rise these axons, and they are crossing where? To the left side. Now focus here. The left side of the nucleus will give rise what? These fibers, and these fibers are crossing to where? To the right side. Okay, so right side is going to the left side is going to the right side. And now if this happens, you will find here a cross section, and this cross section is known as what? Internal arcuate fiber. So now you know what is the internal arcuate fiber. So main takeout point is what is the internal arcuate fiber and how this internal arcuate fiber is formed. And when this cross sect, it will then moves upward. Now see here, it is moving upward, and here also you can see it is moving upward. And now this is known as medial lamniscus. So take home point is what is medial lamniscus and how the medial lamniscus is formed. Now step 6. So before we go further, we have to know some structures. So here we are going to discuss about the structure of thalamus. Focus here. So the structure of thalamus. Again, basics first. So focus in this section. You will find again from bottom spine, above the spine medulla oblongata, above pons, above midbrain, and behind the pons and medulla oblongata we will find the cerebellum, and above the midbrain we will find the thalamus. Yes, this is the location of thalamus. Now let's expand the thalamus. Now here we are now we expanded the thalamus. So focus here, this Y-shaped structure. Okay, this Y-shaped structure, what is this? This is known as Intra-Thalamic lamina. So Intra-Thalamic lamina is actually a white matter, and which will divide the total thalamus into three compartments. One is medial compartment, anterior compartment, and lateral compartment. To arrange yourself in this position, I have drawn a face here. So definitely this is a sagittal plane, so you can easily now figure this out. Now in this intra-thalamic lamina you will found some dots, black dots. So this black dots is known as what? Intra-laminar nucleus. Okay. Now again focus here. It will show the medial and lateral with respect to what? Intra-thalamic lamina. Okay. Now we already know the nucleus, but if you see this lateral nucleus, it is kind of messy. Yes. So first you will see dorsal nucleus. In the lateral nucleus you will find the dorsal nucleus. Dorsal nucleus is posteriorly located in the lateral side. Now anteriorly located what? A ventral nucleus. Now in the ventral nucleus there are many nucleuses. Let's focus here. This is our first nucleus. So first nucleus is where present anteriorly. So first let's arrange ourselves. These three nucleuses, think it situated in a line. So if these nucleuses are situated in a line, we can say this is anterior, this is intermediate, and this one is posterior. Now let's focus the name. So naming is as such how? According to their locations, how they are situated. So this one is known as a ventro-anterior nucleus. So this is our ventro-anterior nucleus. Now focus here. This nucleus is what? Ventro-intermediate nucleus. This nucleus is what? Also known as VPL, in short, ventro-posterolateral nucleus. Now when you encountered the word lateral, now come to here. So these two nucleuses are located laterally and medially. So the big one is located laterally and the small one is located medially. Okay, so you got this naming, and definitely what will be our the last nucleus? It will be ventro-posteromedial nucleus. I hope now this is clear. Again, before we go our final, we will discuss another point. So we will take a coronal section of our total CNS. Again, let's arrange ourselves. This is our spinal cord. This is our medulla oblongata. This is our pons, and this is our what? Midbrain, right? So above the midbrain, I told you, is located what? Our thalamus. So if we see this structure here, you will find this is a thalamus. This is one thalamus, right? And in between the thalamus, this is what? Third ventricle. Now if we take this whole section and magnify, we want to see all the structures in the same line located with respect to the thalamus, what we will find. Now let's expand this diagram. Now this is where we are going to now looking. Before that, we have to know which is white matter, which is gray matter. So focus here. So the blue one is white matter and the red one is gray matter. Now, so again, this is our what? Thalamus, two side, and in between the thalamus, this red structure is known as what? Our third ventricle. Okay. Now, we are moving now. This is our medial, our middle portion. Now we are going to move from middle to the lateral side. Okay. So laterally we will see this structure known as what? Internal capsule. Lateral to that we will find this structure known as what? This red structure. Yes, lenticular nucleus. And lateral to that we will find this structure known as what? External capsule. Now it's very easy because this is a piece of gray matter. So scientists thought, okay, this gray matter is covered with capsule. So externally is known as external capsule and internally it is known as internal capsule. Okay. Now if you focus to this internal capsule, you will find what? There are two limbs. Limbs means, legs. So the backward, this portion which is posteriorly is known as our posterior limb. If you got this, you can easily say what is this limb? This will be our anterior limb, right? This will be our anterior limb. Okay. Now we are going to our finale. So let's focus directly towards the bottom. Come here to the bottom. So now we are going to discuss our dorsal ascending tract, also known as dorsal spinothalamic tract. Okay, in a whole picture. Again, so now you will find it very easy because in the previous parts I was discussing the short actual segments in a magnified version. Now you can very easily draw it and understand. So let's start from here. Our legs, so one fibers is coming to the dorsal horn and going dorsally backward. And if it is coming from leg, we know that which part of the dorsal column? Yes, fasciculus. Yes, fasciculus gracilis, right? So again, focus on this hand. If this fibers is coming from hand, it's like when I say hand, when I say leg, it doesn't mean it has to be a leg, it has to be hand. It means the lower extremity and upper extremity. Okay, so it's very easy way to remember these things or visualize. So again, this fiber is coming from hand or upper extremity and is going to our dorsal column, and dorsal column to be more specific where? Yes, fasciculus cuneatus, claro, na? Okay, now this whole bunch of fibers will be moving upward. Now you should appreciate this diagram because it is very unique and every segment has its own features. Like now if you see in this position, you see that medially is located fibers of where? Lower extremities. And laterally we will see that the fibers are from where? Upper extremities, right? Okay. Now these fibers are going where? To the medulla. Now, and we know that this fiber will end where? To their corresponding nucleus. So fasciculus gracilis nucleus and fasciculus cuneatus nucleus. And from those nucleus a new fiber will generate, but now they will cross each other, right? They will cross each other, and we know that this crossing is known as what? Internal arcuate fiber. Okay, now internal arcuate fiber will move upward. After forming that, it will make a new bunch of fiber, two sides, which is known as what? Yes, you know that, which is known as our medial lamniscus. So I wrote here a word DM. So DM means what? You know, direct message? No. So D for is what? Dorsal, and M for what? Medial lamniscus. It is important. Yeah. And DM, when you say DM, means a direct message. So direct message, it means it is fast. Yeah, we know that dorsal column is fast. Now if it is fast, it will do what? It will receive all those high information, such as what? Our proprioceptions, vibrations, 2-point discriminations, right? So use this, you can say mnemonics or what, it's very helpful. Now this medial lamniscus will go towards where? Yes, towards this thalamus, and to be more specific, where? Our VPL, ventro-posterolateral nucleus. So this medial lamniscus will end where? In VPL. Okay, so VPL is also a nucleus, so we can say it is a cluster of cell bodies. So now this cell bodies will release some new fibers. These new fibers will goes where? You already know this structure. And what is this? Yes, posterior limb of internal capsule. Okay, and this all events are happening this side also. Okay, now after that you see all these fanned out like structures, right? Yeah, so these fibers will now fanned out, and again these fibers are going to where? Yes, they are going to the cortex, right? So, and they will end up to where? So again, what we are studying right now, we are studying all the sensory, you know, how the sensory information is going towards our brain. So it will definitely end up to where? Some cortex, which is responsible to recognize our sensory information. So that region is known as our post-central gyrus, also known as somatic sensory cortex, right? And if you see this fanned out like structure, it has a special name, and this name is here corona radiata. Okay, now there is another concept you have to know, that like focus here. Here you will see we talked about in textbook the first order neuron, second order neuron, third order neuron. So you can very easily say according to the cell bodies. So focus the cell bodies. Okay, now come to here. When you see here, we already discussed there was a dorsal ganglion, right? Dorsal root ganglion. So again, if there is ganglion, there is cell bodies. So this fiber, if it is starting from here, all this fiber, all this fiber up to their corresponding nucleus in the medulla, this whole fiber is known as what? The first order neuron. Okay, again, after their corresponding nucleus, in the medulla, you will find that they will generate a new fibers, and this fiber will go up to where? Up to our thalamus. So this fiber is known as what? Second order neuron. Now you are getting? Yeah, I hope so. Now in the thalamus, we know that here is a VPL, ventro-posterolateral nucleus. So if it is nucleus, there is cell body, it will, from here there will be a new fiber. and this fiber goes up to where? The cortex. So this neuron will known as what? Third order neuron. So this is the concept of this first order, second order and third order neuron. So yeah, we just now completed our dorsal ascending tract, and you remember that there are also two ascending tracts left. One is a lateral, another one is anterior, and those two ascending tracts we will discuss in our next video. So for now, please share, subscribe, like, comment down below. Thanks for now.